Welcome Androiders. So in this part we are going to establish the connection between two fragments with the help of the interface. So I have taken our previous project called intercommunication. So now I want to add the button in the button fragment here. So let me drag one button and place that below it. It will going to increase top counter. Okay, so its ID is button 2, and whenever this button is clicked, this is going to increase this value. Now we need the interface to communicate between these two fragments. So let's just create the interface. So before that, let me create the package called interfaces package, and inside here let me create the actual interface. So let me name it as communicator, and this is going to be interface, and it will going to have the function called public void send data, and it is going to send the information which is of type string, and the main activity is going to implement this interface. So once we have implemented it, we know that we need to override its method, and this is our send data method which we have override here. Now this button fragment is going to have the reference to this communicator. So communicator, and in unattached method what we can do is we can now specify this communicator as the context, and we need to perform the typecasting. And in onActivityCreate method we can now perform the rest of the operation. So first of all, let us get the reference to this button. So let's just first get the reference to that button by creating the button reference here. Let's also create the view. So view, and let's just view be in here. So the cost to this line. So this is going to return the view, and we can actually return this view as well. So the reason that I'm doing here is that now we have the access to this view in a global level, and with the help of this view we can now get a link to this view. That link to this button. So it's going to be r.id. So let me see the ID. So its ID is button 2, id.button2, and I need to perform the typecasting here. So I'll press enter to typecast, and then let's just have the on click listener on this button. Set on click listener on this button, click listener, and whenever this button is clicked, we are going to perform the operation in here. So this button is going to be responsible for sending the data. So let us make the counter variable here. So in counter cost to 0, and whenever this button is clicked, we want to increase this counter every time. So finally we need to send the data, and we can send the data with the help of this communicator.send data, and pass this variable actual and pass this variable as counter like this. Now from here the order of execution will come to this point, and from here we are going to send the data to the top fragment. So let's just have the method here. Let me call it as public void receive information. So they need to return the information of the string type as well. So information, and in here we want to update this text view, right? So the text view will be obtained from here. So the text view is going to be text view equals to view dot find view by id, r.id dot, let me see the id of this text view. Oops, what has happened? So this should be like this, and let's go up in here. So its id is text view, so it's going to be text view. I need to typecast this. Now finally I need to update the content of this text, right? So set text, and that text is going to be information that we have received from the main activity. And now we are going to send this. So and now the reason that now the process that we can send the data from main activity to the top fragment is just by creating the fragment manager. So first of all, we are going to create the fragment manager. So let's go to fragment manager, to get support fragment manager, and with the help of this fragment manager I can get this object of this fragment manager, top fragment. So it's going to be top fragment. So fragment manager, fragment manager dot find fragment by ID. Since we have linked this through the XML, we can find the ID. So and our ID is going to be this top fragment's ID is fragment. So our ID is going to be ID here. So, sorry, fragment here. Now I need to perform the typecasting. So I'll press enter to typecast, and now top fragment dot receive information. So in this case we are going to pass this information parameter. So we have successfully linked this to fragment and communicate and establish the communication between this. So let's run this application, and this is our application up and running. So when I click on this button, it needs to communicate with this top fragment and increase this counter. So let me click this button. There we go. So it's 1 2 3 4. So we can see they are now successfully communicating each other. So and the advantage over the previous method is that these two fragments are not tightly coupled to each other. So and now they are communicating with each other with the help of this interface. So and I hope you got the concept of how we can communicate these two fragments with the help of interface in Android. So and I will see you in the next part. Thank you for watching.